in order to get myself where I need to go or to literally stay safe. And I think the takeaway from her is that I don't think people get to see Black women modern, and 1940 is modern. I don't think they get to see us as soft. I don't think they get to see us as not calculating in a bad way, but like we think, we are deep, we have complexities. We fall in love, you know, we wanted
We're
that
human.
to be exactly. Thank you very much. We speak languages, we travel, we come from money. Victoire, if you read it and you read it deeply, you will see that she's not broke. Her family wasn't like poor or, you know, coming from someplace. They had a maid. They lived in the city. They had cars. Her dad was a banker, you know, that kind of thing. So I think that was the biggest takeaway for Victoire. Mostly being soft is what I want people to see. I think she is. And I just don't think that they get to see us that way, ladies. That's just me. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I see.
And when you say soft, I'm sorry. When you say soft, I'm assuming you mean like vulnerable. That
vulnerable, yes, vulnerable, sexy, and not like overtly sexy, trying to be, you know what I'm saying? Like she's a plushie.
Okay, we like plushie.
Yeah,
we do.
You know, soft words, kind words, deep thoughts. I do think she struggles with depression in this book. I try to convey that. I think the book is very quiet. She's got a lot to struggle with. So,
okay,
yeah,
all right.
That's the complexity side.
Yeah, when you were saying how we're not seen as Black women, we're not seen as very complex creatures. It's funny you said that because today I listened to Nana Malone. She has her Talk to Me Thursdays every day, and she was talking about the same subject where, you know, the universe does not see Black women as, you know, complex or diverse, or I mean, we're always pigeonholed, and you know, we're seen as, you know, the strong Black woman, but there's so many facets of Black women. So I'm so happy to hear you say that, and that is another reason why everybody should read this book, because I really want to know, you know, the different ways that Black women can be represented in books, and that's wonderful. I love that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now, so we have to, if we talked about the heroine, so we have to talk about the hero. His name is, I'm going to say, is it Emil?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay. I have a friend named Emil.
We have two heroes, but Emil is our main hero.
Okay. So we have Emil in the story, and you've already talked about our heroine. Is it Victoire? Victoire. Okay, so you've already talked about Victoire. So what is it about Emil that makes him so deserving of her vulnerability and her complexity? What do we learn about them through this story, through him, through the hero's eyes?
He doesn't deserve her. He deserves her because he saves her in this situation. The meet cute is not a meet cute. It's a horrible situation. She's immediately attracted. We see in the beginning of the book that our alpha male struggles with anger issues. We definitely delve into why he struggles with them, as into like just off top deserve Victoire. I don't think he does, but he's a redeemable character. He too himself is complex, and he struggles. And I think without our beta male, who would be an alpha male on his own if you had his own book, Rolf, I don't think Emil would be the man that he is for Victoire. I don't think that their connection would have happened. So that's why I say there's two heroes. His best friend Rolf was kind of there to say, this This is okay. This is natural. This is, you know, don't do this, do this, leave her alone. These kind of things that he just doesn't connect with because he doesn't get that connection as a child from either of his parents. His mother, yes. It's kind of deep, but not so much.
Okay.
But I would say off top, no, he doesn't deserve Victoire. She's, yeah. But he does in the end.
Okay, so how do you make us fall in love with these characters if at first the hero is obviously not deserving of the heroine? How do you do that? Tell us about the romance between these two characters.
Well, they're in close proximity, and I think because Victoire is soft, because she is vulnerable, she is understanding, she gives our alpha, our Emil, a lot of leeway. That's where some people were like, I would leave him. And I'm just like, again, hello, you're black. It's 1940. Where are you going to go? You know what I'm saying? So, but he's redeemable. He is lovable. He's a good man. He just struggles. And I think Victoire understands and sees that. They're both in a place where they're both struggling, they're both dealing, and they find ways to connect with each other. There's a scene where they're talking in the kitchen, and they're just talking about the different languages that they speak. And she gets so excited to learn that he also speaks English, and how did he learn? So they connect. They over like a 5-month period, they have time to kind of feel each other out.
Okay, so it's a slow burn. I like that.
It is. Thank you.
Okay.
Slow burn. Definitely not insta love. No.
Okay. All right. So I have to ask you, you mentioned when you were crafting this story, you thought about how the world oftentimes views black women, or, you know, stereotypes that we may have to confront. So I have to ask you, when you were crafting this book, did you have reader expectations in the forefront of your mind? Like how other black women would read this character and relate to her, or no?
No. The only thing I thought about relating is, like, I need y'all to know that she's a black woman, period. Other than that, Victoire is her own person. If you relate to her on a emotional and spiritual level, that's fantastic. If you don't, it's a story. You don't have to relate to everyone, but I do want you to relate to know that she's a black woman. These things happen. This could have been you. This could be you in some different way, shape, or form. And I think I heard from someone that they were like, oh, you fetishizing black women. And I'm just like, nah. When I read a book and they say BWWM, I need to know that this is the case. So if you want to talk about russet skin or pecan skin, or her hair was this, okay, there's a way to fetishize, like, she tasted like chocolate. Nobody tastes like chocolate. That's fetishizing.
Unless you're pouring it on.
I do.
Well, I mean, you can pour the chocolate on the skin and then make it taste like chocolate.
Sierra tastes like chocolate.
You do not.
But I wanted you to read it and just, like, because that's how I step into a novel. Like, I have read plenty of romance where it's, you know, two Caucasians fighting, but I can't, like, throw myself into the situation because I don't identify. So let me read something else where I really don't have to identify, which is like thriller and horror. You don't got to identify with that. That could be anybody. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I wasn't thinking that deep. I wasn't trying to impress anybody. Is that wrong?
Okay.
Y'all let me know.
No. There are no wrong answers on the show. So thank you for sharing that, you know, just being really candid about your characters, about the book. Now, where can readers find your books?
Okay, you can find it on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Kobo, wherever books are sold. You can look for Love and War. You can look for Shirra Lynn. You can also go on my website, which is www.shirralyn.com. And you can scroll down, and I have links there for the book as well. So,
okay,
yeah. Or you can go to
pretty
Instagram,
awesome.
too.
Okay, Instagram. Is that where you hang out most of the time on Instagram?
Yeah, I kind of do the Facebooky thing, sort of.
Uh-huh.
But Instagram is where I am most of the time. So that's at the Shirra Lynn on Instagram.
Okay, gotcha. Now, do you have any events coming up, online events or other speaking engagements, podcasts where our audience can find you?
This was the last one, ladies. Save the best for last. I don't really have any other events coming up. I'll have to, ask my lady angel to see.
Okay.
Don't have anything else coming up just as of now.
Okay.
If you're talking about works in progress.
Yeah, go ahead. Tell us about that.
Do you have a little novelette coming to give me some more writing time? Because I don't know what the next thing is going to be to strike me or to hit. So while I was writing Love and War, there were some times where I had a little bit of a block, and I think the best way to get over a writing block is to write something, anything. And so got some cute little short stories that came out of me that I would like to put together. So maybe in the beginning of summer, late spring, that'll be out. And I'm hoping to make that kind of like a part 1, part 2, part 3 type deal.
Okay. That is wonderful. Now, I know Angel is on the line. Lisa, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to ask, was there a theme for the short stories, or are they just random? Or
they're just random, short quickies. The whole thing is just like a quickie. You read a little bit about somebody's life, and then they get to do it, and then you're like, yes.
Well,
I like that. That's right up my alley.
Right?
Yeah. No, each story has its own little theme. I thought about it, and I was like, these don't have a theme. But I was just like, that's fine. I just try to keep it as real to real life as possible. Not saying that I won't at some point try something paranormal or supernatural, because I really am thinking about it, but I'm a big proponent that, you could definitely fall in love with the milkman. And yeah.
That is hilarious. Okay. All right, Shirra. So since you have us on the line, we have about 90 seconds left. What's the one thing that you want to share with our audience about you as an author and about your work?
Oh, God, in 90 seconds, I don't know. Me as an author, I think you'll find whatever I come out with next, please don't base it on what I came out with first. I'm going to try my hands at, I'm still going to stay in romance and interracial romance and BW, black woman, white male. But, like I said, I could come out with something next that'll be like paranormal, or I could come out with something next that'll be, I don't necessarily think I want people to just stick me in the history hole. That's as an author. So, let's expand our minds, read for content, not for editing. And then, and for, you said for the book, what do you, I would just say, just leap into the book, get comfortable, read it in one night, read it in 3 days, just enjoy the story for what it is. Not take it seriously, but just let yourself get into it. That's the best thing that I can say. Just
okay. Thank you so much. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we have had a great time with author Shirra Lynn, and we will see you next Thursday when we'll have Lee Morano on Women on Words. So until then, be awesome, be amazing, be wow. Good night, everybody.